All right, I want to talk about using the product rule. And the first thing that I'm going to use the product rule is on finding the derivative of x squared. Now, you've probably learned this another way, and that's the basic routine that you use, but I think it's interesting to do it this way. I'm going to, by definition of exponents, break this down into x times x. And now I have two functions that I can use the product rule on. So I'm going to take the derivative of the first, multiply it by the second, and then add it to the first times the derivative of the second. Now I'm going to go through order of operations and simplify this. 1 times x is x, plus x times 1 is x, and x plus x is 2x. So this is the derivative that you would have expected doing it using the typical way of doing a derivative, but I think it's educational when you can use two different methods and get the same answer. It helps reinforce what's going on and that everything is logically consistent. All right, now I'm going to do the derivative of this product of functions, and I'm going to use the product rule again. So I have f of x times 1 over g of x. Now we want to note a couple of things about g of x. G of x is not going to be equal to 0, and g of x is not going to be equal to f of x, because that wouldn't be any fun. That's trivial. So, now that we've established that, we're going to do this over again. We'll do the derivative of f of x, keep g of x exactly as it is, and then we're going to add to that the f of x times the derivative of this. Now I'm going to do this as work on the side so we can kind of see that happen. So we're looking at g of x to the -1 power. We're going to bring the -1 down, and we're going to subtract 1 from the exponent, and then we have to apply the chain rule and do the derivative of the interior. So just doing the derivative there, we get this. So that's what we're going to multiply in here. Forgot my prime mark there. All right, so now we want to simplify this. I'm going to put this in its fraction form. We'll just bring that negative out front. All right, so now once we have this in fraction form, we want to subtract our fractions. So we're going to have common denominators. So the thing that's missing from this denominator that this has is another g of x. So we're going to multiply top and bottom here by g of x. And so what we have is we have found the quotient rule by applying the product rule to finding the derivative here. And so once you have established the product rule as a theorem, from there you can establish this as a theorem as well and prove it using the product rule. So these are nice exercises all using the product rule, a very useful theorem to have. Cheerful calculations.